I spent heaps of money on some expensive Pokemon cards and I got them graded. Let's see how he went. Hey guys, Steve here. Hope you're having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day. We got some pretty good grades and we got some pretty bad grades. If you remember a few months ago, I sent some pretty expensive cards to PSA. Probably some of the most expensive ones I've sent in like, you know, a bigger submission in a while. We had Gold Star Charizard, Crystal Charizard, some full arts that are worth a few $1,000s in 10. And we'll see what we got. You know, this one here, first card running up, I estimated this one to be a PSA 9. There's a little bit of edger in the top left, but other than that, this card was really mint. You guys gave your predictions in the comments too. I really appreciate that because, you know, it kind of gives me a little bit of like a what are other people thinking, because opinions are always important. But this first card, PSA 9, I was dead right on the money, and a bunch of you guys were too. It's great to see. We're all learning together, we're all smart together, and this is such a nice card. I've always wanted a mint 9 Gold Star Charizard. It's kind of crazy. This might be like the 7th or 8th Charizard Gold Star that I've had, and they've all graded like 7, 7, 8. I got a 3. I got a 1 somewhere, and finally I got the PSA 9. I paid $3,000 for this, and I think last sold is around like 4,000, 4,500 Australian dollars, of course, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's good. I don't have to go out and buy one of those in a 9, and yeah, I mean, it's just really great to see that something finally works out for me. It's really great to see. No, I'm kidding. Next one here, I did estimate this one to be a 10. There was something in the top left though I noticed when I was going through it just earlier, and it it's kind of scary. But PSA doesn't think it's scary. We hit the Gem Mint 10. Gem Mint 10 Precious Collection Box Pikachu. Nothing too crazy, right? Nothing compared to the Gold Star Charizard. But it's a nice card to get. I'm always happy to get, you know, a $300, $400 card in a PSA 10. I mean, who wouldn't be happy with that? And these next two, I estimated them to be 8s. And there's a little bit wrong with these cards. And you guys were saying, Steve, don't grade that card. Steve, don't grade that card. Don't grade both of those cards because they're a little bit damaged. But you can see here, bunch of edge around the top. And when I was shining it right here, you can see that it's like there is a bend that kind of goes through here, and the card's all beat up. It's bad. And, you know, there's not much edge wear, maybe a little bit at the bottom, but yeah, it's kind of a little bit bent at the top with a bit of edge wear. This one here as well is worse for wear. A bit of marks on the back. Big chunk taken out of the left-hand side. Big chunk out of the bottom left. Big chunk out of the bottom right. Just how it is. I mean, they're not big chunks, but in comparison to mint cards. And these both got PSA 8, but they look amazing. You guys said don't grade them, but for me, it's easier to sell a PSA 8 than it is to sell like a near mint raw, light played raw of a card that's worth a few $100s. It just kind of removes like the objectivity, and people can't be unhappy. They get an 8. I can't be unhappy because, you know, I sold it maybe thinking it could be a 9 or whatever. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. 2 PSA 8s to add to the store. This next one I estimated to be an 8. And you're going to be a little bit surprised. I mean, this tiny bit of edge wear, I mean, very similar to these other 8s. And yeah, I mean, this is not like a dent or a crease or anything. And if you remember, this card is a little bit of expensive. It's a little expensive-ito. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah, we see a little bit of edge at the top. The rest is flawless. I mean, this is a card from 2002, I'm pretty sure. Bit of dust here, nothing wrong with that. Really, really clean. And we got a PSA 8. We got a PSA 8. Unfortunately, but fortunately, it could have been worse. Maybe PSA could have thought that's a 7. They could have thought that's a 6. So always got to think of the brighter side of life. I definitely took a risk on this one, but not that great of a risk. I paid, I think, 170,000 yen for this card, which is around $2,000, and I'm pretty sure an 8 sells for a little bit more than $2,000. So it was a calculated risk. It is what it is. It's a great card. It will be for sale, so if you did want to buy this, it's on the website like everything else, and I'm pretty happy to get an 8 in this card. Next runner-up, I estimated to be a PSA 10, and yeah, we got a 10. I sent in 2 of these Battle Festa Mewtwo EXs, and I got 2 10s. I'm pretty happy. It's an expensive card. I just sold one the other day. I think I had a full set of the 20th anniversary cards, and I sold my Mewtwo for $3,500 because I knew I sent some more to PSA, and 2 more 10s. I'm going to sell one of them, and I'm going to keep one of them. I'm really happy. This next one's a little bit of a... oh, this is a sad story. So, you know, I opened this card from Chinese packs. I'm not sure if you remember, and I was super excited because it's rather expensive, and it's one of my... This honestly is my biggest pack pull I've ever had in my life. I don't really open packs that often, so that's not hard to do, but this is, in value speaking, this is one of the best, one of my favorite cards too. Ace Roller Burning Shadows. This is a Chinese version. And PSA 9. I thought this would get a 10, but it looks like the centering gods were not with me. As you can see, that's really thick. I love that little Pokemon stamp these Chinese cards have on the bottom right. And they also have something else down here. There's like a Pokeball, and it also says Pokemon. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can right there. That's crazy that they put that on these cards. But yeah, a bit of centering problems there, and it is what it is. You know, not a big deal. This next one here is a little bit of a weird one. I estimated this to be a PSA 8 to 9. And I was like, all right, this will be a PSA 8 to 9, but I would not be surprised if they gave it a 10. And that is what happened. PSA 10 on the Sylveon EX. Now I'm just going to show this, tap this card a little bit to the left. This is going to be really hard to see, so please bear with me. But you can see right next to this book, do you see that little bit of shiny part? Just next to my fingertip. I'll go as close as I can. But there's a bit of edge wear there. And if you keep going down the left border of this card, there's a little bit more edge wear that you can see. If you pause, maybe zoom in, I don't know. But you can see this card's kind of like, it's got some scratches. It's got some damage to it. It's didn't feel perfect. There was also like a scratch that went across here somewhere. It's so hard to see, but I did not expect this card to get this great. You can see this right above my finger. That is on the card. And I was like 8 to 9, but I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they, you know, didn't think it was that much, or maybe they missed it, minuscule, whatever. But we achieved a 10 on this card. It's still a great looking card. In my opinion, it's still gem mint, but oh, it is what it is. It is what. This next one here, I left a label on here. I kind of labeled them, but then I took them off as I just mesmerized it. I actually wrote here, this was a 10 contender. 10 contender. So I don't know what that means. If I'm estimating, it's like an estimated estimate. Estimated estimate. But this one, last but not least, Charizard Stormfront PSA 10. And yeah, super happy. I have already sold this card, $1,500. US dollars. And they're worth the most. That's the most expensive dollars there are. US dollars. It is kind of crazy. But I sold this to a friend. They're happy to have it. I'm happy to grade it. This card is pretty much pristine. You know, no edge wear. They know it's good. They've seen the card raw. They said, hey, if that gets a 10, I know it will, but if it does, I'll pay you some big money for it. So I sold this. Thank you for doing that deal, mate. And yeah, it's a great looking card. I love this one. This last one here wasn't a part of the grade predictions, but it is something that's a little bit special to me. Super mint on the back, and we got a mint grade, but I bumped up the light for this one as I just want to show you guys. Just under the text box of the attack, do you see that there? That's a little bit of hollow bleed. And not just a little bit. Can you see that? All over the card there. It is a hollow bleed base set Japanese Charizard. And we'll just adjust the light a whole bunch. But you can see here, all down here, we got another hollow circle. We got some swirls down there. It's a little bit hard to show like through the camera. But yeah, it's kind of crazy just to even get one in mint condition, a hollow bleed like this. And it shines all through the card. I'm super happy. I mean, it's so obvious in person, and through the camera, it's like really, really hard to capture. But it is really nice. You can see it all on the left-hand side there. And like even the hollow from the card goes out onto the card. Like even right there, you can see that hollow bubble right on the corner. It goes onto the artwork and out. So yeah, that is awesome that this happened. And I'm super happy to have this. I picked this up from a binder just randomly. And I did show that mail day, and it's one of these videos. I have so many mail days, but I'm really happy to get this. But there's a few cards left in this return, and we'll go through it. This might be a long one, but these are just the cards I wanted to highlight, the cards that I'm happy with. And yeah, thanks for giving me your grade predictions. Thanks for just watching the videos, supporting me, all these other things. I really appreciate it. But there's a few cards left in this submission. We've got the Morgan Ultra Shiny GX, the Flying Pikachu V. That's the other Mewtwo EX Battle Festa card. That isn't really a bulk card. This one here is kind of special. I didn't really notice that this card is $400, $500. I've never graded this one before in my life. I must have just, had it from a collection and sent it in. It looks really damn cool. It is really, really damn cool. So that's pretty cool. And we got some, some bulk Eevee Heroes, secret rares. I think like one or two of each. A few Jolteons, a few Flareons, a few Leafeons, another Flareon. But nothing too crazy in the rest of the submission. I want to just fly by them because I just wanted to highlight the first few cards, as they were the ones that were special, and they actually kind of meant a lot more to me then, you know, these kind of cards, I will be selling all these, and they all do mean a little bit. But this kind of stuff, Precious Collection Box Pikachu, another one. Pokemon Fan Club's quite nice. I'll be adding this one to my collection. Make sure that doesn't not get messed up. Put that over there. Unknown Best of XY. That's such a random card to have in this submission. We have an Iridus, Space Juggler Full Art, Candace, Paradigm Trigger, Lunala 25th Anniversary Collection, Espeon Deoxys GX, a Blaziken VMAX looking absolutely awesome. Another shiny collection Eevee. How many of those do I have to get so far? Got the Mewtwo EX. This is kind of like a little set. This big mega blister pack that comes with these two in there. A few other Mewtwo cards here. Mewtwo EX Psycho Drive. Wow, that's actually a pretty good card to get. Wow. 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 What is this? Wiki. Darkness that consumes light. That's also really good. I'm pretty happy. Wow. The rest of these cards, I kind of forgot what they were in there. I kind of just focused so much on the first 9 cards there. But what are you doing? All right, there's Mewtwo EX, Blue Shock, Mega Gengar, Pokemon Center promo, 2 of those, Elisa's Sparkle. I've shown these cards off millions of times before, so they kind of lose their charm a little bit. And we got a Lance Full Art, which is pretty cool. There's a Lance Full Art card. And, you know, a few cards left here. Pikachu V Union, I love this one. A few of them, I think is there only 3? Yeah, I don't know why I sent like 3 out of the 4 in. But that is what it is. Every artist pretty much, or a lot of the popular artists just drew Pikachu and put him on this V Union Pikachu card. Pretty awesome. Got the Pikachu V. Yeah, these are just all the same thing, I think. Charizard EX. Created a few of this. I really like these new EX cards. This textured kind of style really, really sits well with me. Ooh, Gengar EX PSA 6. Umbreon Holo PSA 7. Few 9s here, it looks like. Okay, 2 9s. And a Mewtwo EX Secret Rare. Wow, look at that. Wow, that's a bit out of this world, to be honest. It's just randomly in the bottom of cards. I got some 6s, I got some 9s, and then that comes out of nowhere. But yeah, this is a really fun thing to do and a pretty fun video to make, in my opinion. It's always good if you can do something and you actually enjoy doing it, and then like you guys give me feedback, you know, watching the videos, just commenting all the nice things, supporting my stores, just everything. It all means a lot to me. We got a few more Umbreons here. I graded these because I wanted to see what they would grade. These cards were all like light played, and I was going to sell them on my single store as like played condition cards, because you can see here a bunch of edge on the bottom right and left. It's a bit bad cutting wear. What's wrong with this one? Pretty similar. It's got a little bit of creases down the bottom, more edge wear. And I was like, okay, I'm selling these as played. Let's see what like PSA actually thinks what these are. And I got 5 PSA 8s and 1 PSA 9 and a PSA 7 you saw earlier. So out of 7 played copies, I was going to sell these as played on my single store. And I got 5 8s and a 9 and a 7. That's kind of crazy that even this 9 I was going to sell as played. Was I? Maybe. I'm not sure if I would. It's got a bit of edge wear. Maybe I could consider putting this as a 9. I don't know if those scratches are on the case or on the card. They seem like they're on the case. They're a little bit too shiny, but it's a great looking card, but I'm not sure. I just wanted to see, do a little bit of experiment for myself. This is such a nice Umbreon Neo Discovery. Wow. The swirls like right at the top of the tail. I've never seen that before. That is crazy cool, in my opinion. Oh, there's another swirl too, I think. I remember when swirls first started to be a thing. When was it? Like 2017? I noticed people wanted swirls more and more. You don't notice it that much if you sell a lot of modern stuff, but like I used to only sell English old school cards, and everyone and their man and their dog wanted swirls. I don't know who made it popular. I don't know why it was popular, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. Second last card here, Winona Emerald Break. And we got an Eevee Shiny Collection 10. So overall, a pretty damn good PSA submission. The highlight for me would be the Gold Star Charizard or my Holo Bleed Charizard. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to make it a little bit more special. Edit it a bit, you know, make it a little bit more fun. So if you like this kind of stuff, let me know. I can keep doing more. Otherwise, my name's Steve. I hope you have a great day and enjoy the rest of the videos.